You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live. Just saying, featuring conversations on love, sex, and relationships from three sassy ladies. Black Hollywood Live. Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live, Just Saying.
Hello, everyone. I am April Daniels, and you are tuning in to another episode of Just Saying. I know you are surprised as I am because I'm in the host chair, which never happens. So bear with me tonight as I go through this wonderful evening, scared out of my pants. Thank you. I'd like to introduce my co-host, Diann Valentine.
Hello.
Yes, and next to her is Sharhonda Stockman. She is joining us again. Hi. And if you don't know who Sharhonda is, she is the wife of Sean. I was going to say of LaShawn. Of Sean Stockman from Boys and Men. She is an advocate of autism.
Yep.
She is a mother. And she has been a dear friend of ours for over 20 years. So, you know, Cherie is gone, as you all know, but we have a wonderful replacement, and we are glad to have you.
Thanks for having me again. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you.
So, ladies, what have you been up to?
Oh, Lord have mercy. I am just so happy I don't have nothing to do.
So you're on vacation,
I just want to sit at home and look at my husband every day.
I know that's right.
I know that's right. Like, where are you going? Can I go to the kitchen with you, baby?
Yes.
I love it.
And Ron?
We just got back from Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm all tired and we're all, you know, the swimming in the sand. A little scared. One of the twins was at the ER in Hawaii. Sean cussed out the taxi cab driver because Micah threw up in the cab. Whole nother story. If y'all got time, I'll tell y'all later. But other than that, we had a great family trip, though.
That's good.
So we're blessed, and I'm back home.
That's good.
How's Sean, by the way?
Sean is great. He's in Vegas.
I gotta get to Vegas.
Yes, we have to do it. We have to do a girls' show.
Yes,
go down there.
yes,
I haven't seen it in Vegas,
yes,
but
you guys got to come out.
Places.
He has a residency at the Mirage Hotel.
Wow.
And he's there on
Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Yes. And it's a really great show, and I've seen it a ton of times, but I still enjoy it every time. So, Boyce Men is at the Mirage, and it's a good show. Y'all need to come.
Yeah, we definitely will.
We gotta come.
Put that on our calendar.
Get some drinks.
Yes.
Go to the strip club. Sorry, I'm just playing.
So we are actually pre-taping the show for it to air on the Friday, on next Friday. I will be in New Jersey because I am going for my Rock Out With Me event in Trenton, and I am super excited because it's almost like home for me. Of course, I'm born and raised Philadelphia, but, you know, still good to kind of go back home and, you know, get the support of your city, and, you know, so I'm really looking forward to it. If anyone is interested in coming, they can definitely go to my social media. I am April Daniels across the board, and the link is in my bio for tickets. Hope to see you there. Today's topic is psycho chicks. Psycho chicks.
Now, before we jump into our show, I have to let our viewers know that I know we are missing Miss Cherie, and I am trying very hard to get into the groove of a mixologist, and I have a whole new respect for you, Reed. Now I see how difficult it is
to make a drink.
Right. So, ladies, tonight we are drinking an iced vanilla mocha that's been spiked with a little almond cognac.
Ooh, that sounds yummy. I can't wait.
Let me know if I did okay.
Well, cheers, ladies.
Cheers.
Let's get it in.
Yeah, cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
There we go.
Okay, all right.
Let's take a sip.
Tastes yummy. I like it.
Tastes like cocoa.
That almond flavor is kind of nice.
One more sip before we start.
That's kind of nice.
So now, moving into tonight's topic.
Yes.
Psycho chicks.
Good.
Discussing all of the ways women seem to ruin relationships.
Okay.
But before we get into the topic, I have to say, can any of you admit if you were ever a psycho chick in a past relationship?
Oh, gosh, pressure.
Oh, gosh. You know, I will admit, when I was young and dumb.
There you go. That's how we started.
Young and dumb.
Young and dumb.
Last year.
Exactly. Well, really, 2 days ago, I told that nigga I wasn't playing no more.
David thought he married a different chick. When I was dating Ryan's father,
yes,
he was like the ultimate bad guy.
Okay.
Right? He was a cheater. He was an abuser. He was just everything bad. Just everything bad. But
we all got one.
He always just has so many chicks. So I used to find myself late at night, like driving up and down the street and like looking for his car and like, I know that nigga gonna be somewhere. Like just ignorant and wrong.
Yes.
No, I've
and then you see his car.
And then what you do? You
parked
go
at the Hilton Hotel.
And then you go back. Well, no, not in all cases.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
What?
Well, he came out and he was on bricks because I cut every tire I could cut. So you at the hotel, guess what? When you bring that hoe out, how y'all getting home? Call the cab.
And listen, when I was young and dumb, I didn't mind jumping over a few fences in my day.
Exactly.
Boom, 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 boom. You got to come out here. You can bring her too. So we need to figure this thing out.
Y'all was crazier than me.
Yeah, no.
Y'all was crazier.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
Come out, he's sitting on bricks.
Oh, Lord.
You hit it,
I only
quit it, how
broke
you
out
get
a
home?
few windows, but see, I always wanted them to know I did it.
Yeah, you gotta leave a sign.
I would take the bat to the car in front of his
you
house.
You talking about we crazy.
In front of the audience.
That's another level
I'm
of
just
crazy.
saying, you know.
I think we level here and you level there.
I would just be like, no, you need to know. I'm jacking your shit up.
Oh, yeah, no. Terry knew. He was like, that damn Sharhonda. And you call, you say, hello? What? Oh, ain't nobody done that in your business. Well, where were you?
Where were you?
Yeah, well,
you know.
Who want to cut your tire? Sharon, I know you did. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, it's a reserve crazy with Toledo, but them Oakland riders, boy, they like, yes. Diann Crazy Valentine. And I need you to know I'll pull that card anytime I need to.
Exactly.
Thank God I have grown up.
Yes, I think we all have.
Up.
Yes. Young and
dumb.
dumb.
The right way to
Young
go,
and
ladies.
dumb.
Yes.
Don't do it.
Young girls, don't do it.
It's not worth it.
Yes. Well, we want to talk about different ways that ruin relationships.
Okay.
And I would like to start first with pressure not only makes diamonds, but disaster.
Okay.
Now, ladies, would you say that pressuring a man about certain things makes them feel uncomfortable in a relationship, or do you think it's all things?
Well, I think that, and when you're in a relationship, it's really important that as women, we kind of establish what the boundaries are.
Right.
I think men just kind of like go with the flow and, okay, you cool with that? Cool. I'm cool with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think if we don't establish, kind of whatever the boundaries are in a relationship, that men will constantly push the limits to go outside of those. But I do think there's a difference between pressuring them in a good way and then just nagging the hell out of them.
Now, have you ever been in a situation where you have nagged the hell out of them?
Yes.
Would you like to share with our viewers?
Damon, could you please take out the trash? Damon, could you please take out the trash? Damon, but I asked you yesterday if you take out the trash. Damon, the trash stinks in the kitchen. Could you please take out the trash? I don't understand how you can walk by the kitchen and you don't smell that shit.
You don't smell that?
When you pull up to the house, you smell it.
Smell the trash. And then finally, I just be like, he works 7 days a week.
Isn't that crazy?
He's always on the road. He gives me whatever I want.
Yes.
Why am I tripping? The trash bothers me. Why don't I just go take out the trash?
That's the craziest thing, because for me, sometimes I'm riding Sean about certain things, and then I have like a light bulb moment. Like, shut the heck up. What is you? This man take good care of you. You take the trash out. But why is it that with us, it's like,
I don't know.
No, that's his job. I'm not taking that trash out.
I think it's hormones.
But then we'll talk.
We call that hormones.
No, I be feeling like, I feel like ignored. I feel like I'm not important to him. Because that's really what it is. It's really not that the trash is bothering me. It's that
it's not a priority.
I need to feel like I'm a priority. And Damon, like both of your husbands, he works a lot.
Yeah.
So he's busy.
Yeah.
He's gone a lot. And then when he's home, he's still working.
Yeah.
So I just be wanting to be like, what I got to do? Like stand on the top of the counter and pout and stomp my feet for you to like say, baby, I think you're beautiful. Because that's all I really want.
Right.
That
you
is,
know,
that, I think that is
for them
all
to
we
jump
want.
when we and not to be our puppets, but if you see this concerns me,
it'd be nice to see you address it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Or why aren't you addressing it before I even have to bring it up?
Why do I have to do it?
Why aren't you reading my mind, Damon?
That's pretty much it.
We say that, but Ron, do you think that sometimes women do the pressure thing because they don't have their own purpose?
That's a good one. When's the last time you had a job?
Well, let's see. When I was in Toledo, I worked at Food Town on the salad bar.
Shout out to Toledo!
I sold vacuum cleaners door to door, Kirk.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Girl!
I work for Edison, answering phones, and McDonald's.
I stand
so
corrected.
You found your purpose early.
But I do often wonder that women that don't have, careers or just choose a different path, if they feel, I don't know, insecure, I guess, because their husbands have these busy, demanding lives and that are always often very interesting, or at least they appear to be interesting.
Right.
Now, see, what I think it is I think idle mind is the devil's playground.
I agree.
I think when a woman is not busy enough, she finds the smallest thing to complain, and yes,
it's a trigger.
Yeah, it's too much time to think about dumb crap, and then that's what you're chasing, rather than putting your mind to something constructive to build and try to pursue.
Yeah.
So I definitely think it does come into play with the two, but I do believe I mean I have a lot of friends who have done some really crazy things, and I'm like, girl, you need to get a job for real.
I want you to go find something to do with yourself.
You got too much time
on your hands.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, moving on to the next segment, deceit makes good receipts.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So, do you think that lying, because it's the white lie and then it's the habitual liar.
And sometimes, the white lies turn into the habitual sometimes too.
Yeah, because my thing is, I don't condone any lie.
Right.
Because once you tell one lie,
you got to keep telling them.
Somewhere down the road.
It's exhausting.
Yes. And then you find yourself becoming a habitual liar.
Exactly.
But Ron, have you ever lied to a boyfriend about something? Shoot. And if so, what was that? Because I know a few times
let me think. Back in the day. Because I don't lie to my husband now. I'm so truthful to him.
Yes.
I would probably say but mine was still on the psycho side.
Uh-oh.
He would look for his keys, and I didn't want him to go out. And he always out in the street. So I would just take him and throw him away or throw him out in the snow. Because I know he would check the house. So I would really inconvenience him where you'd be out of a car literally for about a week or so till you get some more keys to your vehicle.
Ooh. You are psycho.
Well, have you seen my keys? Well, did you ask your sister? No, well, what about your boys? They always with you? No.
Wow. That is psycho behavior, ladies.
Do you need me to take you somewhere?
Okay, I think you should be quiet about that.
But that was when I was young and I didn't know no better. I know better now.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
What about you?
I can't say I recall ever lying about anything because I always feel like I'm grown.
Right.
I make my own money. Right. I got my own life. My daddy told me I was fine and beautiful and smart anyway. So I don't like you no more. Or I went out with somebody else.
Right.
Because.
Right.
Or why you asking where I've been?
Right.
Last time I checked, I was grown. So I always had a smart mouth.
Yeah.
So I think I never lied because maybe my ego felt the need to prove that I didn't need you, no way.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. I think for me, it wasn't that I would tell lies because I really felt like if we building a relationship off of lies, why are we together?
Right.
But I will say once I did catch him in a lie, it became easy for me not to tell him the truth.
I agree. I was getting ready to say, because normally the trigger starts that if I'm giving you 100 and I realize that you're only giving me 80, then then I'm going to pull back to that.
Right. So now it's like whatever. If I'm whatever, then you're whatever.
Exactly.
But fortunately, we're all in relationships now where I believe we're all honest and we don't need to lie.
Exactly.
But, we've been through those relationships where it's like, dude, for real. I remember in a relationship and I had all the evidence. And I'm like, no, your phone bill says you're calling her.
Right.
And I called her and she says you're calling her. And we met and we're both coming here. It's so in your face. And you still standing there telling me, no, I
don't know what you're talking about.
That wasn't what you thought.
Right.
Oh, that was Billy in there.
No, she was a stylist.
Yeah.
I'm like, so you was a stylist. She like, girl, I ain't never styled a fly. What you talking about? So it's like, okay, all bets is off. Right. Now I'm going to do what you did to me.
But what I will say, because over the years and just observing a lot of relationships, I feel like men are so dumb because they don't really calculate the lie. baby, but
they just
a woman,
do it.
They just do it.
Oh yeah,
but a woman
20 steps ahead of you.
We didn't figure out every angle of the lie.
We've covered every angle.
We didn't call
Absolutely.
all our girlfriends and like, look, you was here then. I need you to say this then.
Absolutely.
You go and buy a plane ticket so you can justify. No, I really was in Vegas.
See, look,
Right?
There's the receipt.
Right.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And the flip side is when we, fellas, when we ask you, we already know the answer.
Right.
We already
I
know
need
the
y'all
answer.
to get with it,
We
okay?
do.
Because it's not that we questioning you because we don't know.
We already
We
know.
questioning you because we already at the finish line before you got there. So I need them to really learn that because it's crazy that all their friends are friends of friends and they still make the same
I know,
mistake.
yeah, I already know. I'm just trying to see where you're going to go with it.
Well, I'm going to just tell her this. No, you need to tell the truth because I already know. So, it's kind of crazy how they take it and play on it because it makes it so much more difficult. Yeah. And you end up losing them. So I think in any relationship it's just really best to just be honest. If you got to lie, that ain't the relationship.
That's right.
Now, I'm going to ask y'all this because I often wonder about this because I know y'all got some guilty pleasures in reality TV. Y'all watch any of the crazy stuff? I watch some crazy stuff.
I watch what America watches.
Okay.
So there you go.
Love and Hip Hop New York.
Yes.
That sometimes is my guilty pleasure. And Peter Guns.
Okay.
Right? Y'all remember?
Yes,
y'all remember
Peter, poor Peter.
Peter, right?
Peter putting
he
his
had
meter all over the
children,
place.
Right? He had the baby mother, and then he had the woman who was his wife. And I just wonder, when he started doing that show, was he like, okay, my storyline gonna be that I'm lying to both of these women, and we gonna expose it on the show? Or is he really just delusional, thinking what stuff is recorded, they ain't gonna watch? I wonder that.
Make
I
sense.
think that's just, that's what I'm baffled by that.
Because I just be like,
You're on
these
TV.
women
They're gonna
cannot
see
be that naive not to know he got a whole nother life.
I hope not.
And now you about to find out on TV?
Yeah, that's just crazy. I never really understood that with the reality television because I'm like, okay, you're doing your confessional. It's on TV. She's watching. So what lie are you? You're not really lying because she knows. So
or did you
it's
say, babe, it's not really true, but I'm going to go with the script.
Well, then shame on her because that's ridiculous.
I
wish y'all
be
would.
upset, throw your shoes.
Right.
That's ratings.
And hopefully we're back next season.
And maybe they'll hike up my paycheck.
I never understood that. Anyway, I just wondered if I was the only one.
But look, on a lighter note of lying, what about the man or the woman that lies about sexual things, such as the size of their penis or about the experience she may or may not have? What about that? Is that a lie that we really have to digest as a lie, or is that like a cute lie you get a pass on? Because as firm as we are sitting here saying, no lies, a lie is a lie, is that a lie we really care about?
I don't really care.
I don't care.
I feel like
I care if it's this little. I care if we go to the ballpark and you ain't got a bat.
And I'm just saying, if he doesn't have a bat, maybe he got a couple mittens. And, he can make up for it in other ways. They just, catch the fish another way.
But it's kind of funny how some lies we will
I know,
just
right?
let
We
them
just
go.
won't even talk about it.
But a serious one, we'd be like, no, we ain't going for it. Absolutely not.
Well, baby, when we was dating, you said that you was adventurous and we could try. Yeah, no, I said that just to get you. No.
I didn't really mean that.
I didn't really mean that, boo-boo. That was just
I ain't no freak.
No, that was hypothetically speaking. Oh.
Well, look, I wanted to share that a blogger, Hugo Scheuer, who writes for Good Men Project, he had an interesting perspective as to why men and their thoughts on women and sex.
Okay.
So he says, many men are still raised to see sex as a crude competition in which betting a woman who has already had a lot of lovers countless than scoring with a woman who has hard to get. But I think the average guy's worry is simpler than that. The more men his girlfriend has slept with, the greater number of lovers to which she can compare his skills. It's easier to win a contest against 2 than against 20. This is the real reason why so many men get so filled with rage at sexually experienced women, and of course, it's the real reason so many women feel compelled to lie about their number.
Wow, I never even thought about that.
Yeah, that's interesting,
heavy,
right?
Right?
So basically, he's saying that the more that she has,
it's like 20 versus 2.
Then he could kind of. So now the pressure's on
his
him.
skills,
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
she's experienced. She's seasoned.
Exactly.
So am I
totally see
making
that.
the cut?
Yeah.
I can totally see that. I don't know if it's because I married Damon. I got married when I was 39, so maybe he was thinking the same thing. But I swear I never had sex before I met Damon. I didn't even know what I thought. Whatever it was.
You mean you had sex, but it wasn't sex
but it was
you
so,
have now?
Like, ridiculously bad.
Right. It didn't matter.
Remedial sex.
Bad. I was just like, where have I been all my life?
Yeah.
You're like, are you done yet? Did you put it in?
I'm like, was he like trying to prove something?
Right.
'Cause I was like, I wasn't no 18-year-old chick he met.
That's right.
I don't know, but
Now, do you think that's because he's your husband and there's a deeper connection?
Well, he wasn't always my husband.
When y'all was breaking each
I'm
other's
just
back?
saying, we dated a long time.
So he was
right? 6
okay,
years.
Damon, you were putting it down before the go.
That's why I tolerated him. That's why I tolerated dating his ass for 6 years.
I think it's kind of crazy because I feel like with relationships, you shouldn't really get into how many sex partners you have because that creates a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Like
I learned the hard way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I was Dan, and then it was Dan, but just like half of the Dan, because he was too big. And so then I had met Peter, but we just kind of fooled around, but there was no penetration. It's too much.
It's too much.
Your past is your past.
Right.
I don't need to know about your rules. You don't need to know about mine, so they don't have to come up later.
Absolutely.
And I learned that the hard way.
And it causes why do we care?
And then why I got to hear about it later?
Yeah.
We need to say that when that was 10 years ago. Why are we talking about something 10 years ago?
So you've never asked Sean about his past?
I did. I said I learned.
So he was the one you learned.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I look and go.
That was the wrong one to ask.
Here you go.
He was like, that.
Look.
Girl, you come back to the hotel tonight.
Hey, where you go? So that was her? Baby, that's what I'm just saying. Yeah.
I know. Now, April, I've always said this. You got one of the nicest husbands in the music industry. And you and Sean got together when Sean was young.
Yes.
But how did you pressure him about his previous relationship?
I didn't. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. She's irrelevant. She's a non-factor.
Oh.
I'm still here.
She's perfect.
No, but really, I just don't think it's necessary to discuss. You discuss your experience and maybe why it ended.
I agree, you're right.
But when you get really deep into what position did you like with her? Like, whoa, you don't need to know any of that,
Right.
So I just think that is sometimes you want the truth, but you don't really want what comes with the truth.
So be careful for what you ask for.
Absolutely.
Right.
Now, but April, as I said, when you and Sean got together, Sean was a little younger than you.
He was younger. I was robbing that crazy all day long. It's like, no, we waited until we were married.
I want to know, did Sean care about your previous sexual relationships?
No,
okay.
He didn't. It was mutual. I mean, we discussed, to a certain degree our past.
Right.
But it didn't matter because we knew we was getting ready to build our future.
Right, so it didn't matter.
So, exactly. It was like, okay, yeah, all right. Do I like... Now, he's very sensitive. So, he doesn't like the fact that I've had other people in my past, but I don't know no virgins walking around here like, boy, I'm pure and I'm waiting for you.
That's why Sean be putting in overtime.
Right? But moving along, someone who was really bold about her sexual past was Lindsay Lohan.
Oh, that's right.
Yes,
That's right,
apparently in a drunken, I don't want to say rage, but a night, she wrote a list. Yes, she wrote a list of 36 men in Hollywood that she had sex with.
That's a good list.
Yes, it's a very good list.
Colin Farrell, he fine.
Yes, she had. Yeah, she had some top
Ashton
dogs.
Kutcher.
Yes.
What you see? What number is he?
Number 1.
Yeah.
Girl, he sure is.
Go Ashton. So
Lindsay, girl, I never thought she was cute either.
I didn't either.
Somebody thought
they did. 36 men did.
Yes. Now, she might have, to some, we might say she made the mistake of writing them down. I don't really feel it's necessary to keep a log of the men you sleep with.
No.
Well, I like to just remember in case.
So that goes to my next question. Do you have a little black book that contains the names of the men that you slept with, Sharhonda?
I don't have a book, but it's here.
You have a mental database.
Absolutely.
Really?
I don't want to
And you
bump
keep
in and you got to bump in and go, no.
So what happens when you do bump into someone you've had a sexual past with?
I'm so uncomfortable. Because 9 times out of 10, it probably was not good.
Okay, but
I had really good experiences until later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So 9 times out of 10, does Sean ever know that he's someone from your past?
Yeah.
He does.
Oh, yeah. I tell it for somebody else tell it. You don't want nobody to ever tell your stuff before you tell it.
Do you tell it all, or do you wait until the time?
I put it all out there.
Okay.
So in that way, he don't get caught off and get sideswiped, because I don't want to be caught off guard and be sideswiped.
Okay.
So he know up front, A, B, C, not D, F too.
Okay. Now, from all your ooh and the nine, I take it you have no list. You do not even talk about your past?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
And here's a picture of our wonderful Sean and Sharhonda.
Look how young I was before kids.
That was before kids?
Nice.
Yes.
You look the same.
I do.
Yes.
I look younger.
Now, Sean, he look, you know, you kind of, me and you got a lot in common. Because, you know, we like them young.
We do. I like playing in the sandbox.
Yeah, get along in your toes.
I like to play in the sand and share the toys.
Y'all turned them boys out.
Well, you know.
Both of y'all did.
Oh, Lord.
Look at her robbing the cradle.
Yeah. That was our night out, one of our date nights.
So sweet.
I was sitting on Big Daddy's lap. And I was sitting on, say, let me stop.
Look.
That ain't all.
Look at Queen
Here, we have Diann.
That's King and Queen right there.
Yes.
That's my boo.
Only Diann rents out a mansion in Italy.
I know.
That's
for her
boo.
wedding. Yes.
That's a beautiful picture.
You know,
how did I end up with a light-skinned dude?
he's not
He's not light-skinned.
See? That's and not at all.
I told y'all, I swore off of them after that damn preacher.
That's right. No, he is not light-skinned.
Okay, good.
You got caramel mocha.
Okay, good.
So now let me ask you, ladies, how we got our men. Well, I'm gonna say you because I don't want to be on this chopping block. But how you got your men? Would you say a large portion of that had to do with your sexual gifts?
She ain't talking to me.
Well, let me start the dialogue.
Okay.
How you snag Sean?
Let's just say before children, you had plenty of time on your hands. And I think we christened every part of the house, every vehicle, and even a few parking lots in our day.
But you had them before the christening.
Well, kind of, but
Yeah.
I had to seal the deal. Yeah.
So how did you seal the deal? Are you high?
Honestly, I am not. I'm an adult about this. But no, all jokes. I think for me it was because we had been going for so long, and it was really becoming very intimate. We had a lot of intimacy.
Because you were, the viewers don't know, but you guys actually were on the road together for a period of time.
I used to work for Sean as their tour manager back in the day, and that's how we initially met.
That's
we were never
fake job she had.
No, we
in
never were
Hollywood.
really even interested in each other.
She worked for a group, but it really was just Sean.
I was dating somebody. He was dating somebody.
I remember that.
Remember that? So
yes.
and then that was a whole other thing. But I think for me it was like, because I didn't want to feel like I was wasting my time.
Right.
After you've been on the road and you worked in the business for so long, you kind of look for something more substantial that you can come home to and build a relationship on, and a future. I wanted children.
Yeah.
And because I was somewhat older than him, I knew, okay, well, the clock can only keep ticking, but for so long.
Right.
So I need to know, so are we platonic? Are we not? What are we doing?
Right.
So then he goes, well, I mean, I don't know. Well, why is it? Well, just because I'm being asked on dates and I'm passing up on my dates.
Right. I need to know. Do I need to go on these dates?
So if we just kind of having fun and kicking it cool, then I need to kind of scoot over a little bit and have fun and just have fun like how y'all do.
Right.
And let me, check out my other options. Yeah, let me live.
Right.
So that's when he was like, okay, I need you to sit down because we go together. I said, okay, then I'm going to tell everybody stop calling.
Well, for me, I think once I met Sean, I was just like, sex was not involved. It was just like a great guy, just like the perfect man I could have ever created. Yeah. So I was just like, I'm sold. What do you want me to do? Put a sign in the house for sale and grab the goldfish and my kid and we can go off into the sunset.
Because remember, she did leave.
Yeah.
I had a hair appointment.
Yeah.
She didn't show up.
So what I was saying was,
me too. Remember, she was
showed up at the house.
Yeah, no, she was gone. Packed and moved to Jersey. I'm like, well, what am I going to do about my hair?
She didn't even cancel my appointment.
No, she didn't even tell me she was officially gone either. Just out.
Who are they talking about?
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Understand nothing.
So no, LaShawn is special.
He was very special, and being that he came from a A first family.
Okay.
We really tried to stay away from sex. We really did. We knew, biblically we wanted to be right.
Right.
But then one night I raped him.
You gonna stop playing? Give me some.
I didn't rape him. But we stumbled. But once we stumbled, I think we both was like, oh yeah, we got the good, so it's all good.
It's all good.
But then we refrained and we continued to do it the right way. And so it brings me to the next couple I wanted to talk about, Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Yes. I heard the story.
Yes. Basically he did an interview and he said that he heard from God. He said that Sierra was the woman that he was going to be with and that he heard from God telling him that he had to lead her.
Wow.
And
did he say that?
Yes.
Wow.
Amazing.
And that he said to her, listen, are you all in? Like, we're going to put sex on the table to not even engage and just really hear from the Lord and do this right.
Wow.
And I mean, that was like Sean, we stumbled.
Right.
But we got it together. But, I really admire a man that's after God's heart. He wants to do it right.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy for her because I really feel like this union will really be a blessing for her.
Because you can tell she really wanted a family.
She does.
She's trying to do it the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, I think it's refreshing to see that there are still men like that exist and that, as much as we think they don't, they do.
I think there are some who still love to be committed.
Yeah.
And love to come home to somebody and a family.
And sometimes you gotta, kiss a couple of frogs before you get to your
Happens
prince.
all the time.
Lord. Toads.
Yeah.
Toads, and we all got a couple toads.
So, I better go, I didn't hear that. Yeah. Moving along, mirror, mirror on the wall, I don't know this chick at all.
Ooh.
Appearance.
Okay.
Now, we sometimes walk into the relationship like our girl Chrissy Teigen. That's how Sean found me, and I was like, boy, you a Christian, I got to cover up a little bit. But look, we go into the relationship like, bam, this is it, I'm that chick. Yes, this is what it is. But then sometimes, we get a little bit comfortable and we morph into this. Now, what I love about this for our viewers who don't know, this was an ad she did for DirecTV.
Nice.
And what it's saying is, they show you this picture first. If you don't have DirecTV, this is how you could be. You could end up. But if you have DirecTV, the other picture is what you'll be. So get connected so that you know. Right. Cute. So I thought it was really cute.
So
but
cute.
In real life, this is true for some people. She's the shiznick when she came to the relationship, and then all of a sudden she just like, oh, I got you now.
Oh yeah.
And men too.
Men
but
too.
Because we're talking about psycho chicks today, we're talking about how
on
the women. Yes. Do you feel it's necessary to keep it up, or do you feel like it's okay, we get a pass because we're really just being comfortable in the relationship we're in?
I feel like I need to be the baddest chick every single day.
Every single day.
Every single day.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Every single day. And I think I also think it starts with me. Mm-hmm. It's not so much that I do it for Damon, but I like looking good.
Me too.
I'm a glamour girl. I want to
too.
get up every day and put on a dress and heels and full makeup and Beyonce hair and whatnot.
They got your theme music playing.
I just want that every day. But at the same token, like, I think about when Damon's coming home.
That's right.
Like, am I walking around in my comfortable Hanes t-shirt and boxers, or am I going to put on some uncomfortable shit that he's going to be happier about? And I do. Yeah. I do. I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Same with Sean.
Yeah, I was going to ask you now, because he's gone a lot. And you actually really have to deal with like the groupies in a sense. Yeah. So they always come in dressed, camera ready. You know what I mean? So when he returns home, do you feel like you have to be like his personal little groupie, like all dialed up, waiting for him and hey baby?
I think I still just need to be the Sharhonda that he fell in love with. Okay. You know what I mean? And I think for me, when he comes home on top of the kids and balancing everything, that I think that he's still looking for his Ron, the girl he married almost 15 years ago.
And who was she? Because people don't know who that was.
Well, she was a very nice and sweet girl.
She wore knee-length skirts and prayer cloths. I need you to give him the real.
From one side of the block to the next.
Without a knife.
Your head spin.
Without a knife.
She's such a sweet young lady, she was. But no, but I think it's important to keep it, tight and to keep it
sexy.
Keep it sexy, you know, and keep it interesting, and we sneak. I don't. You kind of know you have a child.
Yes,
and,
pop locks all day long.
So we come on, hurry real quick. Come on.
Yeah.
We ain't got time to do that. Just lock the door. So
Isn't
we
that
get
the best though? Sometimes?
Yeah, those are the best. You go, oh my God, you didn't. Okay, well, I'll get you tonight. Cause oh my God. So those a lot of times are the best ones.
Yes.
So whenever
the selfish ones, but the best ones.
Yeah, you in the motion. The door is locked. Brooklyn.
No,
okay, hold on a minute.
Like, boy, get away from that door. I'm like, that's not going to work. We have to actually go to the door because he's going to open it.
Exactly. So I think for us, that's what makes it fun. And we go, who would have thought this would be our lives?
Right.
But it's cute though.
It
so
is.
I think for all that, it keeps it really adventurous. But yeah.
Now, funny for me because
she don't share none of her tricks, by the way. So we want to know.
I'm writing a book.
Well, we want to know one right now.
And she's going to sell the product in Walgreens. I told you.
We trying to figure out how to put it in a vacuum sealed jar.
I'm trying to tell you. It's this little dust sheet, girl, and they are done.
Shout out Sharhonda. Right. But for me, I think, it was crazy because I met Sean in California. Mm-hmm. And then we, vacated. And then we went to the country.
Right.
Yeah, you did.
I lived in the country.
You sure did.
And
it was beautiful, though.
It was beautiful,
house.
yes. We built a home. It was beautiful. I loved everything about it, but I got comfortable. Even in my getting comfortable, I still was kind of like, I kept it together in comparison to what we were around. Right. But when we returned back here, I was like, girl, this 30 pounds got to go. The biscuits ain't even on the menu no more,
right.
No. And it's crazy because sometimes your environment changes your sex appeal.
Yeah, you have to stay on point.
Sure.
You don't even see it, and you might recognize it later, but I didn't think anything had changed when we was there, and he wasn't complaining. Right. But now, looking back in retrospect, I'm like, I was such a country bumpkin back then. Like, who would have thought? But then, coming here, I was like, okay, got to get these girls back together. Get it together. Hey, baby. And so it's just kind of funny how, how that all.
I see it all the time.
Yeah.
I see it all the time. Women get married, and for whatever reason, I just think a lot of women feel like the marriage is the prize. Like that's the end of the road.
I'm done.
Yeah, like I've arrived, I've made it, and now I'm good. And so eventually they just stop looking cute. They gain a bunch of weight, and then they create excuses why they have the weight. Well, I got to keep this house clean, or I don't feel good.
I had the baby. That baby's 3.
Right.
That baby in college.
All these kids.
Stop playing.
I can't be walking on and I just be like,
are you kidding me?
Okay.
I think
somebody else gonna freaking better than you.
I think you have a better perspective of that too, because it took you a while to find your Prince Charming.
You're right.
Because I find when I listen to you, your perspective is because you really had to really search and find him to really appreciate him.
I know what it's like to be single, and being single was so not fun.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
It was not
I was like
fun.
the last of the Mohicans.
Right.
You was the really last of the Mohicans.
I was the last.
But I was right before you, the last of the Mohicans.
I didn't think I would ever get married, and so to meet somebody and fall in love and get married, and he's so wonderful and good to me and kind to me and makes me feel so good. It's like, ain't no way no bitch coming up in the
That's right, Diann.
Ain't no way it's happening.
Right.
And I'll tell him time to time, you believe me, you a damn fool.
I know that's right.
I'm gonna treat you so good.
I know that's right.
You gonna feel stupid if you ever even think about leaving me.
Now listen, I know we're talking about the ladies, but let's just talk about the men for a second. Do you think that they forget how they were coming into the relationship and they get a lot relaxed?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think that's across the board.
Faster.
So we just...
I
think they forget faster because men are providers by nature.
Yeah.
And I think that becomes the answer to I don't know.
I got to make sure you're straight and the kids are okay, that you continue to live the way you're living and buy the things you want to. And we're saying, but I just want you.
Right.
I missed our connection. I want our connection. That stuff is cool, but it started with just you and I.
Right.
Yeah. So what was the last nice thing that he did to show you his affection or his appreciation of you? Because we're giving them passes and saying all men across the board do kind of, lose themselves, and that's fine. But what is it that kind of is a equal exchange that it doesn't really matter to you?
I should go first.
You should go.
Diann.
Because I'm leaning in on you, girl. I want to hear it.
Lover of love.
That's right.
Damon writes me the most amazing love notes all the time. He leaves them everywhere. So I was just in New York working, and he came out for a few days to like deal with the finances of the job and all of that. And he left at 5 o'clock in the morning. And when he left a love note in the bathroom for me, and it was just like, you know, I think you're so amazing, and you know, you're growing so much professionally, and you know, you're accomplishing all these things, and you're still the most beautiful chick in the room. Like, he just sends me the most beautiful, emotional love notes all the time, and I love him so much for that. Yeah, because when I read them, it just like makes me feel like
it confirms, like, okay,
it means something.
It
like,
does mean something.
Because I've made a lot of sacrifices for this career, and it doesn't always, I think, make sense. You know, so when I get like a love note from him, I'm like, okay, maybe, you know, maybe somebody notices that I'm making a difference, and it's okay. Right. You know. Right.
I think mine is simple. Because Sean and I have been married for a long time, together for longer. Right. And 3 kids plus. For me, it's the small stuff. Like, he'll call, and I look at the clock and go, well, he should be on stage. What's he calling for? And I go, hello? And you hear all the music. I say, yeah. And while he's doing it, he's like, I just called to tell you I love you. Aww. In the middle of the show. So for me, it's the simple, small stuff. Yeah. And I go, oh, I love you too. He said, that's all. I'll call you after the show. I was thinking about you in the show. I want to tell you I love you. So for me, it's that stuff. It's the small stuff.
Well, you know, it's really good that we, you know, have men. You know, my husband, he's a songwriter, so he's always telling me something sweet or writing me a sweet little note here and there on Instagram or social media. Not so much the letters, so I'm going to talk to him about that.
Yeah, me too. I was like, well, Sean,
right?
Letters.
But let's just talk about the woman who finally gets everything. We talked about the woman that pushes the man away and ruins the relationship. Yep. But what about the woman that finally gets everything? Here we have Drea, Michelle. Yes, and
Bless
Orlando, yes, and you know, unfortunately, they got engaged, and then he called off the engagement. He called off the relationship altogether. Now, according to some of the blogs, they said it was a picture of another NFL's penis in her phone. Allegedly. We don't know if that's true. Right. Now, you look at this situation and you say, now, the goal is usually for the girl to get the ring, the commitment, the engagement, the wedding, the house, the home, and all of that. Right. You get there, but then something that you do that's quite reckless. Right. I want to believe there's no truth to that, but it's truth to it in some degree because he called it off.
Psycho.
What do we say about that?
Psycho.
Just psycho chick.
Psycho chicks.
And why?
I don't know if I care. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, I mean, no, literally in the sense of, like, I guess to me, if this is true, and that being Miss Drea's, like, you know, first of all, it's your reality TV personality, and if you're really serious about this relationship, if this being true, would you chance having dick pics in your phone?
Yeah. But I think just on the topic of psycho chicks, I think that some women have, you know, such a, you know, like she's had a tough past, you know, she's had a colorful past, shall we say, but yet she's so beautiful and, you know, she's so pretty. And so I just think she always gets the good guy, you know, she always gets the guy with a lot of money. And so life continues to give her a lot of chances. Right. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of women sometimes in those kind of situations, they can't stop themselves, like they can't even see
because they think about the chances.
Yeah, because they think there's always
they do, but they
better.
Don't.
Right. Yeah, it's subliminally, not like something better, but just like, you know, like Tamika Raymond. She always lands on her feet. Right. Yeah. No matter what happens to Tamika, she always lands on her feet.
Yeah. Well, everyone, you know, we have to kind of wrap it up. We had a great conversation about psycho chicks. We don't want you to be psycho chicks. No, and we definitely want you to learn from this show and not becoming a psycho chick. You know, relationships are precious. So when you find that true person, please be true to him. Don't do the things that you know are going to just kind of X out the relationship. Hold on to him. Don't lie to him. Don't be a hoe on the DL. Don't be pressuring him. Don't do any of the things that we talked about in tonight's show. And so before we leave, I want my co-hosts to please tell our viewers how they can keep in touch with us.
Yes. Ladies, I would just say to you is don't do anything when you're angry. Stop, think, take a beat, give it a minute, sleep on it, And if you still feel the same way tomorrow, then go ahead and be that psycho chick. Keep up with me at Diann Valentine across all social media platforms.
And Sharhonda?
I think for me, the wrap-up would be to the psycho chicks that we've all been at one point or another. First of all, don't be a psycho chick. But I do think that there is always room for growth.
Yeah.
I mean, because I think we wouldn't be where we are now and the women that we've become if we did sometimes travel that road.
Right.
But take heed and listen to us who have been there and not try to make the same mistakes. And I think in doing that, you'll probably have a better chance at a better fulfilling relationship.
Okay. Well, there you have it, everyone. I'm your host, April Daniels. I hope you enjoyed tonight's episode because I'll never host again. And you can keep up with me across all social media platforms at I am April Daniels. Good night.
Night.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in. The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.